understanding the psychology behind flirting differences. Have you ever been in a situation where you tried flirting with someone, but it just didn't work out as expected? Maybe you thought you were being clear, but the other person seemed confused. Or perhaps you've wondered why what works for someone else doesn't seem to work for you. It turns out there's more to it than just personal preference. It's deeply rooted in our psychology and evolutionary history. Flirting is a universal behavior, but men and women often approach it in distinct ways. In this video, we will explore why these differences exist and how understanding them can help you improve your communication skills, whether you're in the early stages of dating or just trying to connect better with people. By understanding these unique approaches, you'll be better equipped to navigate the complex world of dating and relationships. Let's dive into the fascinating psychology behind the different ways men and women flirt. To understand why men and women flirt differently, we have to look back at our evolutionary past. Evolutionary psychology suggests that men and women have developed distinct flirting behaviors because of different reproductive strategies. According to Dr. David Buss, a leading evolutionary psychologist, these behaviors have been shaped by the varying reproductive challenges faced by each gender. For men, flirting often involves showing strength, confidence, and status. These behaviors are linked to traits that would have made them more attractive as potential mates who could provide and protect. Men tend to use humor, compliments, and boastfulness to display their qualities. On the other hand, women, from an evolutionary perspective, are generally more selective about their partners, since they invest more in the process of reproduction. Their flirting often involves showing signs of kindness, nurturing, and fertility. Women are more likely to use subtle cues like eye contact, gentle touches, and open body language to convey interest. A significant part of flirting is nonverbal communication, and here is where men and women differ greatly. Studies, such as those conducted by Dr. Monica Moore, 1990s, show that men are more direct with their approach. They may use broad gestures, stand confidently, and position their bodies to appear larger, which can convey dominance or strength. Men often initiate more obvious forms of physical contact, like playful touches. Dr. Moore's research indicates that these direct signals are often aimed at demonstrating confidence and attracting potential partners by being straightforward. Women, on the other hand, tend to use more nuanced and subtle signals. They are more likely to tilt their heads, make prolonged eye contact, or use fleeting touches. These subtle cues are designed to invite men to approach them without appearing too forward, giving them the control to accept or reject advances. Cultural and social norms also play a big role in shaping how men and women flirt. From a young age, boys are often encouraged to be bold, assertive, and take initiative. They are taught that being proactive is attractive and necessary to get what they want, especially in terms of relationships. As a result, many men grow up feeling comfortable making the first move and expressing their interest openly. For example, boys might be praised for taking charge or being confident when showing interest in someone, which reinforces this behavior as they grow older. Imagine a young boy being cheered on by his friends for talking to a girl at school. This type of social reinforcement helps shape his confidence in flirting. For example, such scenarios can lead to men feeling more comfortable making the first move in adulthood, expecting positive responses based on these formative experiences. Women, on the other hand, are often conditioned to be more reserved and cautious when it comes to expressing romantic interest. They may be encouraged to let the man take the lead, to maintain an aura of mystery. This cultural conditioning often results in women using indirect flirting tactics, like teasing, playful glances, and other subtle signals. For instance, girls might be told to play hard to get, or to avoid appearing too eager, which can lead them to use more subtle and indirect forms of showing interest. Imagine a young girl being advised by her peers or family to avoid being too forward to seem more desirable. Such messages shape the way women often express romantic interest. For instance, women might feel that being overly direct could make them seem desperate, which can lead them to adopt more subtle flirting styles as adults. Another interesting difference is that men often prefer a more direct style of flirting, while women lean towards indirect methods. For men, a direct approach can be more effective because it clearly communicates interest and avoids ambiguity. Lines like, "I think you're really attractive," are straightforward and eliminate uncertainty, which aligns with a more masculine approach to interaction. Women, on the other hand, may prefer to be indirect. An indirect style of flirting is often used to test the waters and gauge the man's interest before committing to any direct statement. This style involves playfully dropping hints, creating a bit of mystery, and making sure that the other person is genuinely interested before proceeding further. In the context of modern dating apps like Tinder or Bumble, these differences are also visible. Men might send direct compliments or express interest early on, while women often prefer to build rapport over several messages before escalating the interaction. Hormones also play a significant role in how men and women flirt. Testosterone, which is present in higher levels in men, is associated with increased confidence, assertiveness, and competitiveness, all traits commonly displayed in male flirting behaviors. This hormone drives men to take risks in social situations, including flirting. Women, on the other hand, are influenced by a combination of hormones such as estrogen and oxytocin. Estrogen enhances features that are typically seen as attractive, while oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone, makes women more focused on forming connections. This hormonal influence makes women more likely to engage in nurturing and emotionally supportive forms of flirting. In modern dating dynamics, especially in the context of digital interactions, these hormonal influences can manifest in different ways. For instance, men may be more inclined to take the initiative in online conversations or send bold messages, while women might focus on building rapport and emotional connection before moving forward. For example, on dating apps, men might be more likely to send an initial direct message, while women often focus on establishing a comfortable back and forth before escalating the interaction. The differences in flirting styles between men and women can often lead to misunderstandings. For instance, a man's direct approach might be perceived as too aggressive, especially if the woman is more accustomed to subtle cues. For example, if a man approaches a woman at a bar and directly states his interest, she might feel overwhelmed if she's more comfortable with a slower, more subtle buildup of interaction. Similarly, a woman's indirect style might be misinterpreted as disinterest, when in fact, she's simply testing the other person's interest. For instance, if a woman is giving playful glances but not explicitly stating her interest, a man might think she's not interested, when in fact she is waiting for him to take the next step. Understanding these differences is key to navigating the complex world of dating and relationships. It helps avoid miscommunications and ensures that both parties feel respected and understood. For example, if a man notices that a woman is giving subtle signals like maintaining eye contact or lightly touching his arm, he should recognize these as signs of interest rather than waiting for an explicit statement. Men should be aware that subtle signals from women often indicate interest, even if they aren't explicitly stating it. Women, on the other hand, might benefit from understanding that men's directness is usually a way to avoid mixed signals. If a man expresses interest directly, it often means he is trying to be clear and respectful of her feelings. If you have experienced these differences firsthand, share your story in the comments below. How did you handle it, and what did you learn? Flirting is a powerful tool for building connections, but understanding the nuances between how men and women flirt can make all the difference. By learning about these differences, you can better navigate social interactions, improve your relationships, and avoid common misunderstandings. Remember, effective flirting is about being yourself while making the other person feel valued and respected. Take what you've learned today and apply it in your next interaction. Observe how small changes can make a big impact. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insights into the psychology of love and relationships. We'd love to hear your stories in the comments below. What have you learned from your own experiences with flirting?